What's going on, guys? Hexadaze here, and welcome to my live stream summary for patch 1.2 of Zenless Zone Zero. This may just be the biggest update to the game that we've had yet, and the devs continued to deliver on new content while also pumping out meaningful quality of life updates. This video will be to the point and will hopefully deliver the information that you care about the most. In this video, we're going to be covering the new area, new characters Caeser and Burnice, new artifacts, new permanent game modes, quality of life updates, and the limited time version events. In my opinion, this live stream was stacked, and I continue to be impressed by the Zenless Zone Zero devs, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The version 1.2 update is going to focus on the Sons of Calydon faction consisting of Lucy, Piper, Caeser, Burnice, and most likely Lighter. The main story will be centered around our favorite biker gang and their adventures in the Outer Ring. We're introduced to some new characters that are part of a rival biker gang in the trailer and who are pretty likely to be another faction that we're going to learn about later. Caeser and Burnice look badass in the game, and their whole aesthetic is personally my favorite of all of the limited time agents we've gotten so far. Some of the story cutscenes we see look really good, and the story seems like it may take a bit of a darker turn, which is a nice change of pace. We're also introduced to Lighter, who appears to be another member of the Sons of Calydon, and likely a playable character in the future. Speaking of the Outer Ring, this is going to be the new area introduced in patch 1.2. I think it looks awesome and is a nice break from the urban environment of New Eridu. Immediately, I'm getting Fallout 76 meets Wile E. Coyote vibes, and I'm all about it. You can tell the devs definitely took inspiration from some other franchises, but I think they did a great job integrating this kind of Wild West aesthetic into the Zenless Zone Zero universe. They also showed off a new motorcycle racing game mode that looks to be exclusive to this region and looks really cool. Hoyoverse, if you're listening to this, please make a multiplayer competitive version of this like Mario Kart. That would be awesome. We're introduced to Caesar's kit for the first time in the live stream. Caesar is going to be a physical defense agent, and her kit is really going to be focused around doing parries with her EX skill. When she parries at the right time, she will do a perfect block and negate all incoming damage. She's also going to be able to debuff enemies with this perfect block or with her defensive assist. And her EX special is also going to grant your entire party a shield, increase anti-interrupt, and provide an attack bonus to the entire party, making her a very well-rounded support character and a clear increase in value from an A-rank shielder like Seth. We're also introduced to Burnice's kit for the first time in this live stream. Burnice is going to be focused around dealing fire anomaly damage and specifically off-field fire application, making her the first type of character who can really deal off-field damage and will be likely Jane Doe's best teammate for a disorder team. Her EX skill is going to let you wield dual flamethrowers to deal fire damage, and after using this skill for long enough, she's going to enter the nitro fuel cocktail state, where she can apply the scorched effect to enemies, and when your other party member hits the enemy, they will be inflicted with fire damage and fire anomaly application. I'll have dedicated videos on both of these characters in the very near future. We also see both of their signature weapons, but didn't receive any details on these weapons at this time, so nothing more to report on there. We also saw the new Bangbu coming in patch 1.2, which is Red Machus. We didn't really get any details, but we did get to see him in action a little bit. He looks pretty cool, and he's almost certainly going to require Sons of Calydon members in your party to activate his additional ability, so keep this in mind before pulling. We've also got two new disk drive sets coming in patch 1.2, which are going to be the first new ones introduced since the launch of the game. These are going to be the Chaos Jazz and Proto Punk sets. Chaos Jazz appears to be really centered around Burnice. The 2-piece effect is going to give 30 anomaly proficiency, and the 4-piece set will give an increase in fire damage and electric damage of 15%. And also, when you're off field and dealing damage, is going to increase that damage by an additional 20%, which really makes this, centered around Burnice specifically. The Proto Punk set is going to give additional shield effect of 15% with the 2-piece set, and the 4-piece set is going to grant your squad an additional 15% damage when any squad member deals in a defensive assist or an evasive assist. So pretty decent set for Caesar, or really, it seems like it could work on any of the shielders, but I will have a dedicated video on these in the near future as well. We're also going to be getting several new permanent game modes in patch 1.2. First is going to be called the Investigator Training Course. This is going to allow you to use characters you don't own, and it's going to consist of different combat courses with buffs for different factions. It's also going to give a way to actually passively farm character EXP, which is a pretty welcome addition to the game. Next, we've got what is being referred to as the Blitz game mode for the Withering Garden within Hollow Zero. This is going to essentially allow you to skip the TV mode in the Withering Garden and simply complete the combat encounters. It's going to make doing weeklies a ton faster and is a seriously welcome change in my opinion. Next, we got the Bizarre Brigade game mode. This is going to be a new mode for the arcade, and it's going to be a Vampire Survivors type game. It's going to have progression, allowing you to unlock new characters, and will be a cool addition for all the arcade lovers out there. Finally, we've got 2 new boss fights in the game, with a new boss in Notorious Hunt and a new boss in the Expert Challenge. We've also got quite a few quality of life updates in patch 1.2, which is awesome. First, we got updates to the TV mode. The animation speed has been increased. There's going to be more skip options. They're reducing the number of close-up encounter scenes that you have, really just to make it faster to progress through the TVs and a smoother experience overall. And for like exploration type commissions that you've completed in the past, if you didn't get all of the rewards, now we have a way to get unclaimed exploration rewards without redoing the stage. Next, we've got backup battery charges, which is an awesome addition as early as 1.2. This is likely going to work the same as reserve trailblaze power in Honkai Star Rail, and it's going to be a way for you to save your stamina if you can't log in for the day. Next up, we got team presets. So we're going to be able to form preset teams and a Shiyu Defense quick swap option to switch your team for the first half and the second half. Next, we're going to have the ability to play as Caesar and Burnice in the open world in patch 1.2, as well as swap between Bell and Wise. In a couple patches, so in patch 1.4, we're actually going to be able to walk around using any of the characters on our roster, but it's nice to be able to kind of preview this a little bit early. Finally, starting in patch 1.2, we're going to be able to advance the clock kind of as we want, so you can just rest till a certain time period and no more filling your time with other activities in order to progress. So great changes overall, in my opinion. All right, for the last part of this video, we're going to be talking about the specific version events coming in patch 1.2. We've got a few events that are your ones that kind of typically repeat every patch. First is the 141 Friendship Fair. This is your material exchange event, similar to the one I think we had back in patch 1.0. Next, we're going to have double drops for combat simulation and routine cleanup coming at different times during the patch. All right, now we've got the unique events. So we're going to have a new Shiyu defense mode called Ambush Node. The dev live stream stated that this is going to be a limited time event, so I'm not sure if that means it's only going to be for patch 1.2 or if it's going to reset, but this is going to be another defensive type mode similar to the Disputed node. Next, we've got the Overlord's Feast event. During this, you're going to be able to take on commissions and run a diner. It sounds like this is going to provide a lot of lore around the Sons of Calydon faction, and it's going to give us a free Lucy, which is really awesome for everyone. Next, we've got Roaming the Ether. This is going to be a TV-based minigame event, similar to the ones that we saw kind of in the Camellia Golden Week event back in patch 1.1. Next, we've got Redo for You. This is just going to be a simple puzzle event. And finally, we've got Phantom Hunt, which are going to be some new combat missions located in the Outer Ring that are going to be added in patch 1.2. And of course, as always, we're going to have our login events where we can get our 10 limited pulls as well as our 10 Boopons. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I thought this live stream was awesome. I'm really excited for all the changes that are coming. And looking forward to patch 1.2, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys found this video helpful or informative, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you all soon for the next video. Peace.